All right, let's
All
talk
right,
about
Seattle.
this one. All
Yep.
right, with the 18th pick of the 2025 NFL Draft, the Seattle Seahawks select Gray Zabel,
Dang it.
center, guard, tackle, whatever you want him to be, out of North Dakota State University.
Great
What do
pick.
you think?
And
You like it?
well, I think as Lions fans, we know, and we just been mocked this guy since like the very beginning. He was like that original mock, and so you're like, oh, what's this guy about? And any lineman that can play every single position, started for the last 3 years, first, just there's in and it's just funny, isn't it? You always got that North Dakota State guy, or there's always the odd school guy that stands out that you're like, yeah, he's gonna be great.
Yeah. And sure, he might move inside, right? He'll be a center, he'll be a guard. It's fine because that's what Seattle needs. Like the biggest thing that's missing on their team right now is interior offensive line. They just solved it.
That was their whole problem. They've got good players on the outside. They've got a good quarterback. They've got it. But if you don't have an interior offensive line and you're under pressure and you can't run the ball and then you can't do play action, it's football 101. It's you got to have an interior offensive lineman. I love it.
You've got to have an interior offensive lineman. And let's look at this here for a second, right? When you look at their offensive line, their tackles are actually fine. They just have to stay healthy.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing. You recognize this? Go blue, Oluwatimi.
Yeah.
So now you put Gray Zabel next to him in one of those guard positions, and all of a sudden your offensive line is like, ooh, there's like this big struggle in the middle of the line to, oh, yeah, we have a very solid offensive line. That's a top 10 offensive line in the NFL, which you need for Sam Darnold. You need that for Sam Darnold because Sam Darnold sees ghosts. And when he sees ghosts, we would know as Lions fans, we made him see ghosts twice last year. He's not as good. But when he has a clean pocket and he's, got Cooper Kupp and Smith and Jigba and MVS running deep every single time, like plenty of weapons on the outside, a good running game. That is just, I love offensive linemen, Chris.
Well,
why do I love offensive linemen so much? Why?
Well, as Lions fans, we've gotten to see it, and it's just such a game changer when you can run the ball. It's funny, and again, this is my theory, and I'll say it all the time, is the game is evolved and changes so much, but the one thing, if it all just changed, I don't think football would remain as popular as it is. But because at the end of the day, you have to be able to run. There's a core to it of like you have to be able to run the ball and stop the run, and so that has been true in every league. If you can't run the ball, it's just you can't throw it. It's too hard. But when you can settle the game down, chip away, and run the ball with a good offensive line, it is such a difference maker. And we've seen it now with 3 years with the Lions, or longer. Yeah, probably the last 3 years with the Lions. And yeah, it's so hard to get that. And so we just talked about it. You cannot get these guys in free agency. They're not available. They're just not. So if you got a chance to draft a lineman and you get a really premium one, it's huge.
Kenneth Walker can be a phenomenal running back, not behind a crap offensive line.
Right.
Zach Charbonnet can be a phenomenal running back, not behind a crap offensive line. I'm going to throw some stats at you. All right. And I'm going to give you stats from the beginning of their career on. You ready for this?
Yes.
This is yards per attempt. It's a running back. Rookie year, 5 yards per attempt. That's good, right? Second year, 4.6. Now, this team is known for having a bad offensive line over the last 4 years. Here's your yards per attempt. 1.8, 3.7, 4.4, 3.9. Do you know who I'm talking about?
That's it. And
then last year, 5.8 yards per attempt. That's Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley, everybody would make the argument he was the best running back in football last year. We know it was Jahmyr Gibbs. Everybody relax.
Oh,
all right. But 2.1 yards per carry better. Do you think that's because Saquon magically became more Thunder Thigh-alicious?
Right.
or because he had a Eagles offensive line in front of him instead of the Giants.
Dude.
You need a good line. Makes everybody better.
It's interesting, isn't it? It is.
Talk about this every single pick.
Yes.
Every single pick.
Oh my gosh. Yep. This is great. If you're a Seattle fan, you're just feeling good.